At this point, I have over 100 hours in Modern Warfare 3, so I was curious, what would it be like to go back to Modern Warfare 2? Man, it has been I mean, I know it's only been a month at this point, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen this menu, since I've played this game. What are my classes even looking like right now? The TR-76 Geist, the Honey... Oh yeah, this was actually the Chimera, but I renamed it to the Honey Badger. Basically, any weapon that I made a custom variant of in this game, I renamed it to like its original name, to like what it's supposed to be. So the Lockman sub, I named it the MP5. The what was this one even called originally? The Vel 46, I renamed it to the MP7. What playlist do they even have now? We got quick play, hardcore, gunfight blueprints, shipment 24/7, La Casa 24/7. That's a good one. Hardcore shipment 24/7. Ground war, invasion. Invasion is one of those modes that I was really happy to see come back to Modern Warfare 3, just because, you know, that was honestly, in my opinion, a really underrated mode. It's like a cool concept. And then, of course, everything else is the same. The co-op stuff and raids. I actually love the co-op in this game. It's unfortunate that more people didn't play, because I actually had a lot of fun anytime that I played it. But anyway, let's dive into a quick play. I just have like the basic mode selected: TDM, kill confirm, domination, hardpoint, and grind. Leading up until the launch of Modern Warfare 3, I was like solely rocking the soap and ghost skins, especially the zombie ghost skin. But now, you know, now that this game is past its prime or whatever, now I'm going back and using like one of my favorite skins that I rocked throughout basically the entirety of the game. Well, not the entirety of the game, because this didn't come out until Season 2, but I always rock this The Peak Ronin skin. I also have to rock this Collision Harangi skin, just because, you know, this is one of the ones that you got for completing the Modern Warfare 2 beta. I did end up unlocking those like stereotypical CDL skins that everybody rocked, but at this point, I don't rock them as much, just because, you know, like that everybody rocks them. Interior on Zarqwa Hydroelectric. I never knew how to say that name correctly, but man, right off the rip, I can tell you this game feels so slow compared to Modern Warfare 3, especially, like, you know, tac sprinting, it still feels, you know, relatively okay, but when you're just normal sprinting, this is literally like walking speed in MW3. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but like seriously. Oh man, it feels so weird sliding in this game. Oh man, I'm so used to slide canceling. See, I'm the type of guy where it's like, I slide cancel when I play, but it's not like a part of my normal moveset. Like it kind of is, like I kind of do it on a normal basis. You know, whenever I slide, like, you know, I'm never just normal sliding. Like I always do a slide cancel. So coming back to this game where like you can't slide cancel and you're just locked into that slide, like, I'm not saying it's bad, it just, oh yeah, it definitely feels different. Let's try to get into some gunfights. Let's see what it actually feels like having that 100, oh my gosh, dude, you melt people in this game compared to MW3. Again, I just want to clarify, nothing that I'm pointing out in this video is necessarily like a bad thing, it's just, you know, it's different compared to the new game, obviously. One very strange thing that I wanted to point out, and this might just be a preference thing, but in this game, let's see if we can get a kill real quick. As you can see, like, anytime that you get a kill, well, you know, I was gonna try to get a kill. Anytime that you get a kill in this game, obviously, as you can maybe see, if I'm actually allowed to get a kill, hello, as you can see, like, the text pops up and it says plus 100 XP, but the text is white. I'm really weird, and I've always loved it in Call of Duty games whenever that text is yellow, like it is in Modern Warfare 3 and the OG Modern Warfare games. My only exception to that is Black Ops 2, just because I feel like yellow text in that game wouldn't have looked as good, and I actually really like how it looks in Black Ops 2. Like, it is more of that, like, white tone, but I don't know. I do have a bit of a nostalgia bias right there. I will say Black Ops 2's looks pretty clean, but otherwise, I do like when it's yellow. I just can't get over how fast you melt people in this game. Like, look at that. I'm so used to having, like, to stay locked on for a bit longer with Modern Warfare 3. I'm sorry, dude. I was just shooting my teammate right there. Again, 100 HP games aren't bad, because, like, as much as I love the 150 HP in Modern Warfare 3, I wouldn't want to have it just be 150 HP. I like having that variety. I like when some COD games are like, hey, we're gonna switch it up and do 150, and I also like when some games are like this, and they just do, like, this standard 100 HP. This is also another weird observation on my end, but it's like, man, something about the HUD, it doesn't look bad necessarily. It's just like, you know, I'm so used to Modern Warfare 3 at this point. Like, when I'm looking at the ammo counter and, like, the text for the score on the hard point, it's just like, I guess it's like a different font, or maybe it's less bold, but it just looks like slightly different. I don't really know what the general consensus of Modern Warfare 2 is. Personally, I'm in the camp of, ever since launch, like, even before launch, ever since the beta, I've always absolutely loved this game. I love how it feels. It really reminds me of, like, Call of Duty Ghosts, and I know Call of Duty Ghosts in itself is, you know, that's a rather mixed game in the COD community, to say the very least, but I've always loved how this game kind of feels like that, like, between the sprinting, aside from from the tax printing, obviously, you know, it kind of has that same pace as Call of Duty Ghosts. The sliding feels relatively similar. The gunplay itself doesn't necessarily feel similar to that. The gunplay here more feels like Modern Warfare 2019. But even still, I've always loved the minute-to-minute gunplay in Modern Warfare 2. Like, it always just felt like a very good game. Because while in some aspects, yes, this game is still, like, a bit slower, it's still pretty snappy. Now, I know this is, like, the stereotypical thing to do, but I'm going to dive into Shipment for one very particular reason. We've been playing, like, you know, the Modern Warfare 3 version of Shipment for the last week at this point, so now I want to dive back into the Modern Warfare 2 version and see what it's like going back to this. Because a Shipment in Modern Warfare 2, obviously this map was, you know, designed for this game in particular, and while I love Modern Warfare 3, it's almost like Shipment is too chaotic in Modern Warfare 3. The movement is so fast, everybody's sliding and jumping at a blistering pace. So now I'm just curious to see what this version is like compared to that. Let's see, do I rock out with the old MP7 or maybe, you know what, we'll go MP5. I have Orion equipped on this class, and you know, if we're revisiting MWII, I might as well use the Mastery Camo that I worked so hard to get. Oh man, dude, I cannot get used to that slide canceling thing, or not having it. Right off the rip, as much as I love Modern Warfare 3, as much as I love the movement in this game, I'm gonna say this is gonna be a hot take. Somebody's probably gonna clip this, take it out of context, and make me look like an outcast in the COD community, but I'm gonna say it. The Modern Warfare 2 version of this flows a lot better. It feels a lot better, it flows a lot better. I mean, in terms of visuals, it looks the exact same, but in almost every aspect here, I'm gonna say the Modern Warfare 2 version of this feels a lot better than the Modern Warfare 3 one. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Modern Warfare 2 as a whole feels better than Modern Warfare 3, because, you know, that's a completely subjective thing. I mean, honestly, I like both of these games for different reasons. Modern Warfare 2 feels more grounded, and sometimes I like playing a more grounded Call of Duty like this, and other times I want that blistering fast arcadey thing. You know, it's one of those things similar to, you know, other things I was talking about earlier in this video where I wouldn't want to have one without the other. I love seeing these different takes from different studios on these Call of Duty games. But Shipment is that one example where I gotta say I do kind of prefer how this map feels on Modern Warfare 2. And, you know, that makes sense because this map was designed with Modern Warfare 2 and its movement and systems and mechanics in mind. Whoa, 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 that spawn was way out of whack. I spawned right in on a contested hardpoint. When it comes to spawns, I mean, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, the more things change, the more they stay the same. As much as I love Modern Warfare 2 and as much as I love Modern Warfare 3, there's definitely plenty of times in both of these games where you'll be like looking at a place or you'll be spawning in at a place where there's a bunch of enemies. Or those moments when you're ADS and like right down your iron sights, you literally watch an enemy spawn in or vice versa. It's crazy. See, I didn't know what this was gonna be like going back to Modern Warfare 2 after Modern Warfare, especially considering the fact that I put 100+ hours into Modern Warfare 3 since the last time I played Modern Warfare 2 a month ago. But man, this game, it's honestly like riding a bike. You get back on it, and yeah, that first match might be a little weird. You know, the movement is a bit slower. Sure, there's no slide canceling, but outside of that, man, it's still Call of Duty, and it has that 100 HP. And as much as I love Modern Warfare 3, there is something about those, like, really quick TTK, like, snappy Call of Duties that I love. Again, I'm not saying that one is objectively better than the other. I wouldn't want to have a world where one exists and the other doesn't exist. I love seeing these different takes on the Call of Duty formula, but man, there is something about Modern Warfare 2 where you just, like, you dive in, and even though the movement is a bit slower, it's still Call of Duty, so it feels snappy. It's got that really quick TTK. You're just blazing around the map, absolutely shredding through everything, or getting shredded. I think next it would be pretty interesting to go back and take a look at Modern Warfare 2019, because I haven't played that one for even longer, so I'm really curious as to how that one holds up nowadays. One thing I will say is that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 is the last Call of Duty that was, like, super grounded, right? Because, like, even in Cold War, we started to get some crazier skins there. Same thing with Vanguard. Vanguard, we got, like, literally, like, anime tie-ins. And we got anime tie-ins in the previous games, but, like, Vanguard, we got, like, actual, like, Attack on Titan skins and stuff like that. Cold War also had some crazy stuff in it with, like, tie-ins and stuff like that, like, with Ghostface and all that. But in Modern Warfare 2019, that was the last one where it was, like, a purely Call of Duty universe game. Like, when you look at, like, all the operators and all the skins and bundles and stuff, like, from what I can remember, for at least the most part, like, 99% of the skins, it was all, like, completely grounded. Like, when I went back to that game, because obviously I went through and unlocked, like, all the battle passes and stuff during Modern Warfare 2019, like, you know, there was nothing that stood out to me as, like, being overly outlandish or super crazy. Like, you know, everything was just, like, super grounded. And don't get me wrong, I love the new crazy stuff that they have in these games. I love seeing, you know, Ghosts have, like, 5,000 different variants. I'm not being sarcastic either. Like, I love all the crazy stuff that Call of Duty's been doing. You know, I'm the type of guy where I love the Exo Clowns and, like, the Gingerbread Man back in Advanced Warfare, for example, and, you know, all the crazy radical dabs in Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare. But, you know, there is something to be said about those Call of Duties like Modern Warfare 2019 where it has, like, that really strong identity. There's a couple of Call of Duties that have, like, really strong identities, in my opinion, and they're the ones that don't do the crazy crossover stuff or the tie-ins. And again, I'm not saying that those are bad. bad. It's just, you know, there is something to be said about those Call of Duties where I really do like how much they stick to their identity and how like, just strong of a soul and identity that they have. Like, all three of the original Modern Warfare games, I'd say, all of the Black Ops 1 and 2, I would say. Black Ops 3, it still does have a pretty good identity, but there is a couple of things in there, like the dabs and stuff that, you know, they kind of take you out of it, but it still has a pretty good identity there, especially in the zombies department. Call of Duty World at War, of course. Modern Warfare 2019 again. Every time I play MW 2019, it really does take me back to that time, like, you know, way back in the day when Call of Duty was just like that. I don't want to say gritty, but, you know, it was like that grounded military shooter. Even though it was still arcadey, like, at least from a marketing front, like, it was still like that gritty, badass game, you know what I mean? And nowadays, while it still does have elements of that, it definitely, especially in like their marketing, they definitely do lean into like the community side of things more of like the hype side of things, or like all the crossovers and bundles and stuff. And again, that's not a bad thing. It's just, you know, different times of Call of Duty, different games, different studios, different Call of Duties, you know, it's just, you know, every game, every studio, they go for something different, and that's totally okay. I feel like the internet, and especially the Call of Duty community, has a bad habit of, you know, looking at everything in such a black and white, oh, I'm on a bloodthirsty, let's go. Rank up to level 1124. Everybody has such a bad habit of looking at everything in such a black and white manner, but for me personally, I don't look at it like that. Like, every Call of Duty game has their charm. Each one has gone for something different, and I love all of them for it. I wouldn't, again, I know I'm saying this for like the fifth time in this video, I wouldn't want to have a world where one exists and the other doesn't. I love having all of these Call of Duty games in the state that they are. At the end of the day, video games are art, and it's up to the artist to design that game in whatever way that they want. And say what you will about the publishers, and maybe publishers interfering and be like, hey, we need some crossovers here and there. That's a whole other discussion for a whole other day. At the end of the day, it still takes artists to make the things that go into these games. And at the end of the day, that's what truly matters. That's what counts. Every video game is a work of art, and, you know, that also goes for Call of Duty. And I just, you know, I love all of these games. Going back to Modern Warfare 2, after 100 plus hours in Modern Warfare 3, I can definitely say, yeah, man, this game still feels great. And, you know, again, on that first match, I did kind of have to readjust to it for a second. Between the slower sprint speed and not being able to slide cancel. But after that first match, yeah, man, it's like putting on a glove. It's like riding a bike. It's just, you know, you slip right back into it. It's just that classic Call of Duty experience. It's still a ton of fun. But anyways, as this match is wrapping up, now I'd definitely love to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on Modern Warfare 2, or maybe just even the Call of Duty series as a whole? You know, we ended up talking about more than Modern Warfare 2 in this video. We went into a whole discussion about just like the Call of Duty franchise. It just, you know, if you have any thoughts on anything that we talked about, just let me know. Did you enjoy Modern Warfare 2? Or are you enjoying Modern Warfare 3 so far? Are you guys like me? Do you have 100 plus hours in Modern Warfare 3? Drop your playtimes down below. Again, whatever it is, whatever you're thinking, I definitely always love to hear from you guys. But anyway, as always, a massive shout out, thank you to all the patrons and channel members. Thank you to all in the low baller tier, big shout out, thank you to all in the mid baller tier, Metal King and Big Daddy Manny, the big shout out, thanks to all in the G tier, Ron Avengers, Devil, Cheese Girl. Thank you guys so much. You guys are literal legends. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.